Most people trying to improve their social lives, they're just stuck in a hell loop of consumption. But there is a superior approach to that, and through this video, I really hope that I will manage to get you on the right path. You see, when most people try to improve their social lives to get to the point where they are more in the center of attention, they are more charismatic and confident, and they can attract people to them, what you'll oftentimes see them do is they will just look for online resources. How can I become more charismatic? What are the top 5 ways that I can look more confident, despite the fact that I don't really feel that confident within? But how can I fake it? All of these outside in approaches, just trying to manipulate people, to scam people into buying the fake product that is them. This approach is completely flawed because what ends up happening is these people just jump from one social skill to the next, from one tactic to another. And their level, their bar of success, of social acceptability, just raises higher and higher and higher. Because just mastering these social skills is just like purchasing materialistic objects. You purchase a certain thing, you're excited about it, but after you get accustomed with it and accommodated in like a couple of hours, the excitement just goes away. Like literally, after you get it, it goes away. And then their bar is just raised. And this just goes on for the rest of their lives. And guess what? Initially, all they wanted to do was to just feel good in their own skin. Initially, they just felt a lot of tension and pressure socially, and they wanted to stop feeling that. But they got scammed with all of this social skills advice. They got scammed with all of these tactics. And they are just mastering one tactic, then the next, but they don't have the foundation, which is feeling good themselves. And the superior approach that I want to preach to you in this video is something that a lot of these people are gonna consider quite lame, quite gay if you ask them, and that is to love yourself. You have to understand that in every single social situation where you do feel that tension and pressure, that is because you lack your own love, your own acceptance. You literally consider that you are not good enough unless you convince the people on the outside that you are good enough. Like, what does that mean practically? Perhaps it's being funny, perhaps it's saying a lot of jokes, perhaps it's really looking very serious and having a great posture and being even a bit more avoidant. Perhaps it's just blending in. It's different from person to person. You have to find your own way that you cope with this. But basically, you are looking for their validation. It's an outside in approach, which never works as well. You are just trying to get them to appreciate you, to say that, oh, you're so cool, and not even necessarily compliment you, but just like show you that openness, right? You're just trying to get them a bit more warm towards you. And when you get those reactions, when you get that certain feedback from people, you feel a bit more loved. Not by them, but by you. Because this is what you were after all along. Back when you were a baby, you didn't need anyone's validation to just play along and sing out loud and just be extremely expressive and mess around without any regulations, without any restrictions whatsoever. You just gave yourself that love by default. If you don't like the term love, just use the term acceptance or even validation. All of these things are basically the same. You need to validate yourself before getting the validation from others. Because when you get onto this path, when you manage to just give yourself all the validation you need before engaging in conversations with people, you are complete. Currently, you are not complete. That's why you feel the tension and pressure. That's why you feel the need to cope and to impress. Because you feel like you're not complete. That is not true. You are born complete and you are still complete. There is absolutely nothing missing. You just have a lot of layers of limiting beliefs, a lot of layers of lies that convince you that you are not complete. Like literally, do you even trust people when they compliment you? If someone compliments your shoes or something, or a certain type of jokes you are very good at, do you even manage to take them for real? Or are you just slightly suspicious that they might not really mean it, they might just make fun of you? Your mind is used to the self-image you have about yourself of being a loser. Your mind wants to filter everything through the lens that you are a loser. So like every single piece of feedback you receive from the world, your mind just wants it to reinforce the belief that you are a loser. But then again, there is a part of you that fights against that. And there is a part of you that wants you to be validated. and convinced by the people on the outside that you are not a loser. But by default, like your subconscious has the expectation that you are gonna get the reactions that a loser gets. That's unfair and that is a complete lie. And a good way to break out of this hell loop of limiting beliefs and lies is to just sample it on the outside, to just interact with the world, to interact with the people in your environment, and to just try to be a bit more open, to just question your beliefs. Like, is every single belief I have, every single belief that comes to my mind, is it really true? Is it really true that I'm a loser? Is it really true that I just mess things up every single time and I'm quite awkward and cringe? Or is that just an outdated belief that perhaps, like, look, perhaps a version of you, a younger version of you was like that. But you don't have to keep believing in that younger version of you because you've changed. You have probably changed so much. That is most likely a limiting belief from the past. Perhaps back then it was quite tough for you to love yourself and to accept yourself because you really had things to improve, because you really had a lot of things to work on and you were just disrespecting yourself through being extremely lazy or a jerk or something. But now there is probably no need for it anymore. So the next time you engage in social situations, just remind yourself that you already accept yourself, you already love yourself, you are already validating yourself, so you are complete. So you don't need anyone. You shouldn't care about people's validation, approval or rejection. Doesn't really matter. It's just information, but it shouldn't really have that much of an emotional charge behind it that can just make or break your mood for the entire day. This is a trait that the people you admire, because I'm sure you have people in your circle, in your class, co-workers, probably have people that attract others to them, that are just charismatic and quite magnetic for no reason whatsoever. Well, this is the reason. They feel complete themselves. They love themselves. They accept themselves. There is a common misbelief with accepting yourself because a lot of people might be like, well, okay, if I accept myself, then I can't make any progress in life because I'm just accepting me in a version of me that is actually a loser. There is a big difference between accepting yourself and just approving of a certain behavior. They are not one and the same thing. Accepting yourself is more like you literally deserving to be alive in a way. You deserving to have good things come to you. You deserving to enjoy your life. You just accepting you for who you really are at the core, not for like your body fat percentage or for the way your nose looks like. And then approving yourself, you can disapprove of a certain behavior you're doing. Maybe you can disapprove of you being too lazy, just watching TV shows for too many hours of a day, and still love yourself at the same time. Like, you just wasting time doesn't mean you are less worthy of just walking the earth than another human being. I hope this makes sense, because the next times you do engage in social situations, have this as a mantra in your mind. Remember these words that you have to validate yourself. I am good enough already. I accept myself. I am the coolest person in the room even. And iterate with this. Keep it in your mind every single day. Don't just use it like once. And because like if you use it once, you might see some progress, but then you forget that you have to remind yourself of this truth and you just slip back into anxiety, into being tense and overwhelmed by emotions, overthinking quite a lot. Remind yourself that you love yourself. You have to, as I said, just open your eyes to that because it's already a truth. It's not something you have to achieve. You already have that, but you refuse to believe it by default. So convince yourself of that truth. Sample it outside. Just get feedback from the world with a more open mind. Have the mentality of self-love, self-acceptance before engaging in conversations with people. And you'll just see that this influences everything. When you engage in conversations from a place of being complete, you automatically manage to attract people to you. You enjoy your social life like 10 times more. Because you don't have the pressure, you have a lot more fun because you're also focused outwards now. And you can attract people to you as well. So you can just be yourself and people like you for you. But people can only like you for you if you like yourself for you in the first place. This is the big paradox that a lot of people just overlook. And I really hope that this video managed to at least slightly shift your mindset, and from now on, just for God's sake, love yourself first of all.